Welcome to today's Lost Souls, where we bring you the most impactful and unforgettable stories from around the world. Today, we remember the lives of remarkable individuals whose legacies continue to inspire and resonate. From iconic musicians to trailblazing activists, join us as we celebrate their extraordinary contributions and bid farewell to those who have left an indelible mark on our lives. Stay tuned for a journey through their incredible stories.
Linda Nolan. Linda Nolan, an Irish singer, actress, and television personality, passed away at the age of 65 on January 15, 2025, following a long battle with cancer. Born Linda Mary Nolan on February 23, 1959, in Dublin, Ireland, she rose to international fame as a member of the family pop group the Nolans during the 1970s. Alongside her sisters Anne, Denise, Maureen, Bernie, and Colleen, Linda helped the group become one of the most successful girl groups of all time, selling over 30 million records worldwide. The Nolans are best remembered for their hit singles, including the 1980 disco anthem, "I'm in the Mood for Dancing," as well as "Gotta Pull Myself Together" and "Attention to Me." They also toured with Frank Sinatra in 1975 and won the Tokyo Music Festival in 1981. Linda left the group in 1983, but later reunited with her sisters for comeback performances, including the 2009 album and tour "I'm in the Mood Again." Linda's solo career included supporting Gene Pitney on his 1984 UK tour and performing in theater shows in Blackpool, where she enjoyed an 8-season residency as Maggie May on Central Pier and later starred as Rosie O'Grady on South Pier. She was also known for appearances on television programs like Celebrity Big Brother in 2014 and as a guest panelist on Loose Women in 2018. Her personal life included a 26-year marriage to Brian Hudson, the tour manager for the Nolans, who passed away in 2007 due to skin cancer and liver failure. Linda often spoke about the profound impact of his death on her mental health and recovery during her own cancer struggles. Linda was first diagnosed with breast cancer in 2005 and declared cancer-free in 2011. But in 2017, she was diagnosed with secondary breast cancer that spread to her hip, liver, and brain by 2023. She was hospitalized due to double pneumonia shortly before her death and passed peacefully with her sisters by her side. Beyond her entertainment career, Linda Nolan was a passionate advocate for cancer awareness and fundraising, helping raise over $20 million for charities such as Breast Cancer Now, the Irish Cancer Society, and Samaritans. Her legacy is celebrated as one of hope, resilience, and inspiration, touching the lives of many with her music, humor, and courage in the face of adversity. Joan Plowright. Dame Joan Plowright, an acclaimed English actress whose career spanned over 6 decades, passed away on January 16, 2025, at the age of 95. Known both for her distinguished theatrical work and her marriage to the legendary actor Laurence Olivier, Plowright carved out a legacy as one of Britain's most respected and versatile performers on stage and screen. Born on October 28, 1929, in Brigg, Lincolnshire, England, Joan Ann Plowright trained at the Old Vic Theatre School before making her professional stage debut in 1948. Early in her career, she performed extensively in London theatres, gaining recognition for her powerful dramatic presence. She became a leading figure in the revolutionary English stage company at the Royal Court Theatre, starring in groundbreaking plays including works by John Osborne such as Look Back in Anger and The Entertainer. Her portrayal of John Rice in The Entertainer opposite Laurence Olivier, first on stage and then in the 1960 film adaptation, was a defining moment in her career. Olivier, impressed by her talent, became her husband in 1961, and their partnership lasted until his death in 1989. Together, they were a theatrical power couple who greatly influenced British theatre. Plowright's accolades include a 1960 Tony Award for Best Actress in a Play for her performance in A Taste of Honey, as well as 2 Golden Globe Awards and an Academy Award nomination for her supporting role in Enchanted April, 1991. She also received Emmy and BAFTA nominations, highlighting her success across different media. Her filmography spanned classics like Avalon, 1990, Dennis the Menace, 1993, Tea with Mussolini, 1999, and voice roles in Dinosaur, 2000, and Curious George, 2006. Though she retired due to vision loss, she remained celebrated for her grace, intelligence, and dedication to her craft. Plowright was made a Dame Commander of the Order of the British Empire, DBE, in 2004, an honor recognizing her distinguished contributions to drama. She spent her last years in Sussex, surrounded by friends and family, remembered for her warmth, resilience, and vibrant spirit. Joan Plowright's legacy endures through her profound impact on theater and film, her extraordinary body of work, and her role in shaping modern British drama. Francisco San Martin passed away at the age of 39. Francisco San Martin was a Spanish-born American actor best known for his role as Dario Hernandez on the popular soap opera Days of Our Lives. Born on August 27, 1985 in Mallorca, Spain, Francisco's acting career spanned stage, television, and film, with notable appearances also on Jane the Virgin and The Bold and the Beautiful. San Martin grew up in Montana, United States, before returning to Spain during his adolescence, where he appeared in numerous plays, modeled, and took roles in film and television. Later, he moved to Hollywood to pursue professional acting and landed the role of Dario Hernandez in Days of Our Lives in 2011. His character started as a petty thief, but was later revealed to be involved in investigating a cold case, giving San Martin a complex and intriguing storyline that spanned 59 episodes. His character's arc ended with a move to Argentina, and the role was recast in 2016. Beyond Days of Our Lives, Francisco played Mateo in The Bold and the Beautiful, and portrayed Fabian Regalo del Cielo, a telenovela star who romances the main character in Jane the Virgin. He also appeared in the 2013 biopic Behind the Candelabra, sharing screen time with Michael Douglas and Matt Damon. Tragically, Francisco San Martin died by suicide on January 16, 2025. The Los Angeles County Medical Examiner ruled the cause of death as ligature hanging. His passing shocked and saddened colleagues, friends, and fans. Camila Banus, who played his sister on Days of Our Lives, paid tribute to him on social media, remembering him with affection and loss. Francisco's death underscores the ongoing challenges of mental health, especially in the entertainment industry, highlighting the importance of support and awareness. His body of work left a lasting impression on daytime television and those who appreciated his talent and kindness. Malcolm-Jamal Warner passed away at the age of 54. Malcolm-Jamal Warner was an American actor, director, and musician best known for his role as Theo Huxtable on the iconic NBC sitcom The Cosby Show, 1984-1992. Born on August 18, 1970, in Jersey City, New Jersey, Warner became a beloved figure in television, gaining critical acclaim and an Emmy nomination for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series for his performance on The Cosby Show. Warner was named after Malcolm X and jazz pianist Ahmad Jamal, reflecting his family's cultural pride. Moving to Los Angeles at an early age, he showed a passion for acting and music that led him into early roles in TV and theater. He starred in Malcolm and Eddie, 1996-2000, a popular sitcom where he shared the screen with Eddie Griffin. Additionally, Warner earned acclaim for roles in shows like Read Between the Lines and The Resident. Apart from acting, Warner was also a Grammy-winning musician and respected spoken-word artist, collaborating with jazz ensembles and producing music. His creative range extended into directing, contributing to television and film projects. Tragically, Malcolm-Jamal Warner died on July 20, 2025, during a family vacation in Costa Rica. He drowned after being caught in a strong ocean current near Playa Grande de Cocles in Limon Province. Rescue attempts by bystanders and medical teams were unable to revive him, and the cause of death was officially ruled as accidental drowning. His death shocked fans and the entertainment world, with many tributes pouring in, celebrating Warner's talent, kindness, and impact on television and culture. Warner's charismatic portrayal of Theo Huxtable broke new ground in representing Black families positively on TV and remains a beloved television legacy. He is remembered for his versatility as an artist and his gracious, lifelong dedication to his craft. Warner is survived by his wife and daughter. Gailard Sartain passed away at the age of 81. Gailard Sartain was a versatile American actor, comedian, painter, and illustrator known for his memorable characters on the country music variety show Hee Haw, and for notable roles in films such as Mississippi Burning and The Outsiders. Born on September 18, 1943 in Tulsa, Oklahoma, Sartain's long career was marked by his unique blend of humor, charm, and dramatic talent. Sartain began his career behind the scenes as a cameraman at a local television station in Tulsa before creating and hosting a popular late-night comedy show titled The Uncanny Film Festival and Camp Meeting, where he performed as the whimsical wizard Dr. Mazeppa Pompazoidi. This show helped establish him as a distinctive comedic voice. In 1972, Gailard became a staple on Hee Haw, a country music and comedy show akin to Laugh-In. Over 2 decades, he portrayed a variety of quirky characters, including the bumbling store clerk Maynard and the quirky chef Orville. He reprised the chef role in spin-offs like Hee Haw Honeys and in several Ernest movies, becoming a familiar and beloved figure to audiences. Beyond comedy, Sartain demonstrated serious acting chops in notable films such as The Buddy Holly Story, where he portrayed the Big Bopper, The Outsiders, Mississippi Burning, Fried Green Tomatoes, and Forrest Gump. A favored collaborator of director Alan Rudolph, Sartain appeared in 9 of Rudolph's films, showcasing his ability to blend humor with depth in complex roles. Gailard was also an accomplished visual artist whose illustrations appeared on album covers, including Leon Russell's Will-O-the-Wisp, and in magazines. His passion for art complemented his acting, enriching his creative legacy. He was married to Mary Jo Regier for 36 years and father to children, Sarah, Esther, and Ben. Gailard Sartain passed away from natural causes on June 19, 2025, at his home in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Gailard Sartain left behind a legacy as a uniquely gifted entertainer who effortlessly bridged comedy and drama while contributing to both television and film with memorable performances and endearing characters. Aki Aleong passed away at the age of 90. Aki Aleong was a Trinidadian-American actor, singer, writer, editor, and music executive whose immense career spanned more than 6 decades. Known for his versatility and charismatic presence, Aleong left an indelible mark on television, film, and the music industry while being an outspoken advocate for minority rights in Hollywood. Born Assing, Leonard Gonzalez. Aleong on December 19, 1934, in Port of Spain, Trinidad. His father was a chef from Hong Kong, and his mother hailed from St. Vincent in the Caribbean. After his parents separated, Aleong moved with his mother to Brooklyn, New York in 1949, where he attended Boys High School and Brooklyn College. It was there that Aleong's passion for performance began to take root. He launched his acting career on Broadway in the play The Tea House of the August Moon in 1956, and quickly moved into television and films. Aleong's first important movie role came in 1957's No Down Payment, where he tackled themes of racial prejudice. Over his career, he acted in over 130 film and TV projects, including notable roles as Senator Hidoshi on Babylon 5, Mr. Chiang in the sci-fi series V, the Series, and Colonel Mitamura in Farewell to the King. He also appeared in martial arts films and worked with legends like Frank Sinatra, Marlon Brando, Steve McQueen, and Faye Dunaway. Alongside acting, Aleong possessed a successful music career. He was signed by Frank Sinatra to Reprise Records and scored a top 100 hit with the song Trade Winds. He produced and wrote music, held executive roles at major record labels, and championed Asian American representation in entertainment, serving in leadership roles including chairing the Media Action Network for Asian Americans and working with the Screen Actors Guild on diversity initiatives. Late in life, Aleong continued to act, produce, and write, also exploring topics of mental health and cultural identity. Unfortunately, he battled dementia in his final years and passed away on June 22, 2025, in Silmar, California, surrounded by family. Aki Aleong's legacy shines brightly as a pioneering multi-hyphenate artist and trailblazer dedicated to uplifting minority voices and enriching entertainment with his unique talents across multiple disciplines. Bruce Willis. Passed away at the age of 70, Bruce Willis was an American actor and producer who became an enduring icon in Hollywood, most famously for his role as John McClane in the Die Hard franchise. Born Walter Bruce Willis on March 19, 1955, in Idar Oberstein, West Germany, to American parents, he grew up in New Jersey and rose to stardom with a blend of charisma, wit, and an everyman appeal that reshaped the action genre. Willis's breakthrough came with the television series Moonlighting 1985-1989, where he played the quick-witted detective David Addison. The show brought him critical acclaim, earning him 3 Golden Globe nominations and 2 Primetime Emmy nominations. However, it was his portrayal of John McClane in Die Hard, 1988, that launched him into international superstardom. The character's grit, vulnerability, and humor redefined the action hero archetype and led to 4 sequels, making it one of the most beloved action franchises in film history. His film career was diverse and impressive, featuring a mix of blockbuster hits and critically acclaimed performances. Some of his notable films include The Last Boy Scout, 1991, Pulp Fiction, 1994, where his role as boxer Butch Coolidge showed his ability to handle complex characters. 12 Monkeys, 1995, a sci-fi thriller that pushed his acting into new territory. The Fifth Element, 1997, a visually spectacular sci-fi adventure. Armageddon, 1998, a giant-budget disaster film. And The Sixth Sense, 1999, a psychological thriller that became a massive box office success and earned Willis widespread praise. In the early 2000s, Willis continued to star in a variety of films such as Unbreakable, 2000, The Whole Nine Yards, 2000, and Sin City, 2005, showcasing his versatility across genres from comedy to noir. He also appeared in ensemble action films like The Expendables series and buddy comedies like Red, 2010. Despite some career fluctuations and involvement in low-budget direct-to-video films later on, Willis remained a recognizable figure in Hollywood. Willis's achievements extend beyond acting. He released 3 albums as a singer and made his Broadway debut in a Misery adaptation in 2015. His contributions earned him numerous accolades, including a Golden Globe Award, 2 Primetime Emmy Awards, and 2 People's Choice Awards. In 2006, he received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and his films have collectively grossed billions, cementing his legacy as one of Hollywood's top box office draws. In 2022, Willis retired from acting due to health issues, specifically aphasia, a condition affecting his ability to communicate. In 2023, he was diagnosed with frontotemporal dementia, a progressive neurological condition. His family publicly shared details to raise awareness and respect for his privacy. Bruce Willis's legacy is defined by his unique blend of toughness and charm, a versatile filmography, and his influence on both television and cinema. he revolutionized the action hero persona, blending vulnerability and humor to connect deeply with audiences worldwide. Beyond the screen, Willis was known for his dedication to family, philanthropy, and his down-to-earth nature. His passing marked the end of a remarkable era for one of Hollywood's most beloved stars, leaving behind a rich body of work that continues to inspire actors and entertain fans around the world. Bruce Willis's lifestyle was marked by a strong dedication to family, resilience through health challenges, and a passion for both his craft and normal life moments. Born as Walter Bruce Willis on March 19, 1955, he lived in the Brentwood neighborhood of Los Angeles with his wife and children, choosing a blend of Hollywood glamour and private family life. Willis was married twice. His first marriage was to actress Demi Moore in 1987, with whom he had 3 daughters, Rumor, Scout, and Tallulah. The couple was one of Hollywood's most famous pairs, but their marriage ended with a separation announced in 1998 and divorce finalized in 2000. Despite their split, Willis and Moore maintained a close relationship, with Willis remaining friendly with Moore and her later husband, Ashton Kutcher. In 2007, Willis began dating model Emma Hemming, whom he married in 2009 in a ceremony in Turks and Caicos, followed by a civil ceremony in Beverly Hills. Together they had 2 daughters, Mabel Ray, born 2012, and Evelyn Penn, born 2014. Hemming Willis has been a steadfast support for him, especially as he battled health issues later in life. The blended family often appeared publicly harmonious and close-knit. Willis's lifestyle before his health decline involved an active engagement in work and personal interests. Known as a girl dad, he cherished time with his daughters and took pride in fatherhood. Alongside his acting and producing career, he had an interest in music and even released a few albums showcasing his singing talents. Willis enjoyed outdoor activities and movies, valuing a balance between public life and private relaxation. In recent years, Willis faced frontotemporal dementia, a condition severely impacting his language and cognitive abilities. His wife, Emma Hemming Willis, has shared updates on his condition, emphasizing his overall good physical health despite the brain's deterioration. She has advocated for caregivers and described the deep love and patience their family displays, cherishing brief moments when his personality shines through despite the illness. Amid this challenge, Willis's lifestyle adapted, involving professional caregivers and a home environment tailored to his safety and comfort. His family's loving support reflects a commitment to providing dignity and care in difficult times, highlighting the personal side behind the action star's public persona. Bruce Willis led a lifestyle that combined worldly success with deeply rooted family values and courage, facing life's highs and lows with strength, humility, and love. Bruce Willis's life can be read like one of his iconic action movies. Big challenges, sudden turns, flashes of humor, and a resonance that lingers after the lights come back on. He was not born with Hollywood glitter in his pockets, nor with a pre-written guarantee of fame. Instead, Willis walked a rocky road from small-town beginnings to the global spotlight, carving an identity as both an everyman hero and a versatile actor whose charisma proved impossible to ignore. Early roots. From West Germany to New Jersey, Walter Bruce Willis was born on March 19, 1955, in Idar Oberstein, West Germany. His father, David Willis, was a U.S. Army soldier stationed overseas, while his mother, Marlene, was German. The young family soon moved back to the United States, settling in New Jersey. This transatlantic origin story, half American grit, half European roots, was perhaps an early foreshadowing of the dual qualities that would later define Willis on screen: tough physical presence coupled with subtle vulnerability. As a child, life was not entirely smooth for Bruce. He famously struggled with a stutter so severe that speaking in class was often painful. Ironically, it was performing in front of people, acting, that helped him overcome the debilitating challenge. The stage became a sanctuary where self-expression flowed unhindered. What once silenced him became the very thing that propelled him forward: his voice. This dramatic personal victory gave Willis an instinct for resilience, the kind that later lent authenticity to his movie characters who, you guessed it, tend to walk through fire, glass, or explosions with stubborn persistence. Early hustles. Like many aspiring actors, Willis did not walk into fame overnight. He worked a series of odd jobs while chasing auditions in New York City during the 1970s and early 1980s. Private detective, security guard, and perhaps most famously, bartender. His charisma behind a bar wasn't just a livelihood, it became part of his personal legend. Quick wit, sharp banter, and a certain relaxed self-possession defined his social style. Those behavioral traits, practiced night after night serving drinks, translated beautifully when he later played wisecracking, street-smart heroes on screen. The breakthrough. Moonlighting. Every actor dreams of a big break, and Willis's came. In 1985, when he landed the role of David Addison Jr. in the television series Moonlighting, alongside Sybil Shepherd. The show was part comedy, part drama, part detective story, and mostly a chance for Willis to showcase his magnetic mix of humor and charm. Unlike other suave, buttoned-up TV detectives, Willis's Addison was sharp, sarcastic, irreverent, and refreshingly human. His chemistry with Shepherd generated both Emmy buzz and behind-the-scenes gossip, and his comedic chops earned him an Emmy Award. Overnight, Willis was no longer a bartender hustling auditions. He was an energetic, unpredictable force in the entertainment world, from television to global action stardom. The true pivot point was 1988, the release of Die Hard. As New York City police officer John McClane, Willis embodied what would become one of cinema's most beloved action heroes. Unlike the invincible, muscle-bound heroes of the 1980s, McClane wasn't superhuman. He sweated, he bled, he limped, his feet were cut by glass, and he complained under pressure. In short, he was human. Willis's humor in the midst of catastrophe made audiences think, yes, this guy could be me, if I were a little braver with better timing. The film was a box office juggernaut and launched 4 sequels, cementing his reputation as an action icon. Other blockbusters followed. Pulp Fiction, 1994, where he revealed serious dramatic range under Quentin Tarantino. The Fifth Element, 1997, a colorful sci-fi romp where he balanced eccentric chaos with quiet stoicism. Armageddon, 1998, where he saved the world with meteor-busting bravado. And The Sixth Sense, 1999, where his restrained performance anchored a supernatural story remembered for one of cinema's great twist endings. By the late 1990s, Bruce Willis was not only one of the biggest bankable Hollywood stars, but also one of its most flexible performers. He danced between genres, comedy, science fiction, straight drama, and, of course, high-octane action, where one-liners flew as fast as bullets. Personal trials and reinventions. Behind the screen fantasy, Willis navigated his own real-life chapters. His marriage to actress Demi Moore, 1987-2000, was one of Hollywood's highest-profile partnerships, producing 3 daughters. Even after their divorce, the two maintained an unusually close, supportive friendship, often celebrated in the media as proof that relationships could evolve without bitterness. Willis never styled himself as the mysterious recluse. He lived openly as a devoted father, and later remarried to model and actress Emma Heming in 2009, with whom he had 2 more daughters. His blended family life became less of a tabloid scandal and more of a heartwarming testament to maturity, friendship, and resilience, qualities consistent with the characters he embodied. Later career and the 2020s. In the 2000s and 2010s, Willis remained prolific across genres, appearing in films ranging from Unbreakable and its sequels, Split Glass, to ensemble projects like The Expendables. His reputation was no longer merely about box office explosions, but about versatility and presence. In 2022, Willis's family announced he was stepping away from acting due to a diagnosis of aphasia, a condition that impairs communication and language abilities. Later, the situation was clarified as part of frontotemporal dementia, a progressive neurological disorder. The announcement saddened his millions of fans, but also sparked a wave of heartfelt admiration. The man who had given audiences decades of grit, wit, and courage faced a deeply personal battle. His family's openness about his diagnosis turned into a different kind of heroism, not about leaping off skyscrapers, but about facing life with honesty, dignity, and love. Thus, the first chapter of Bruce Willis's life teaches us about transformation. A boy with a stutter becomes one of the most recognized voices in cinema. A bartender becomes an everyman hero. A TV comedian becomes an international star. His life reads like an ongoing reminder that toughness is only meaningful when coupled with humor, vulnerability, and perseverance. Talking about Bruce Willis's lifestyle means delving into the man behind the movies. Not only his habits of work, but also his taste in relaxation, his approach to family, and the philosophy that threads through both. His lifestyle has never been centered only on Hollywood glamour. While undeniably successful, Willis cultivated an image and reality marked less by polished PR perfection and more by earthy, approachable warmth. The work ethic. 9 to 5 in firefights. One defining element of Willis's lifestyle has always been his relentless work ethic. At the peak of his career, he worked on multiple films a year, embodying different roles. He brought a kind of blue-collar mentality to acting. Show up, do the work, no matter if it's art house drama or popcorn thriller. This practical approach kept him busy across decades. Unlike many actors who reinvent themselves with flamboyant personas, Willis leaned into his authentic self. His public character, funny, sharp, slightly rebellious but kind at heart, connected to who he was off-screen. This blurred line between performance and personality made him seem approachable. Private persona and family life. Despite fame, Willis crafted a lifestyle centered on family and fatherhood. His daughters often described him as playful and grounded. His continued friendship and co-parenting bond with Demi Moore, even after divorce, was highly unusual in Hollywood and reflective of maturity. His second marriage with Emma Heming reinforced that family came before cash or reputation. He was often seen with all 5 of his daughters, demonstrating publicly that love and unity, rather than ego, formed the core of his household. For an action star often associated with explosions and larger-than-life roles, Willis's most enduring role may well be that of attentive father and partner, humor as a lifestyle. Perhaps the secret ingredient in Bruce Willis's lifestyle is laughter. Colleagues, friends, and even fans who met him often shared stories about his sharp wit and goofy sense of humor. His wisecrack in Die Hard wasn't just a screenplay, it was him, and it spilled into interviews, family events, even difficult stages of his life. Humor wasn't just entertainment but also resilience. It made him a beloved host during Saturday Night Live appearances and the center of countless memorable talk show banters. More importantly, it was his way of navigating stress and staying grounded in a world that sometimes took itself too seriously. Homes, passions, and public image. Notoriously, Willis invested in various real estate ventures, with residences in California, New York, and Idaho. Yet, despite considerable wealth, he avoided cultivating a reputation as an inaccessible Hollywood tycoon. Instead, his lifestyle conveyed a mix of luxury plus accessibility. He enjoyed fine properties and successes, but never postured himself as part of an untouchable elite. He also dabbled in music, releasing albums that showcased another side of his creativity. While his blues rock singing never rivaled his movie fame, the very fact that he stepped on stage with enthusiasm revealed a zest for trying, for expressing, for playful risk-taking, whether it succeeded by charts or not, health, and resilience. The later revelation of neurologic illness cast new light on his lifestyle. Rather than eroding the legend, it reinforced the human side of him, that even indestructible screen heroes are, in fact, people. Willis responded with no public melodrama, just quiet withdrawals supported by his family. His lifestyle transitioned, gently toward care, love, and privacy. This shift illuminated a broader truth. Real toughness isn't about walking barefoot on broken glass, but about facing the hardest battles, aging, illness, vulnerability, with courage. In this sense, Bruce Willis's lifestyle itself has become a message much like his roles. Resilience is possible, humor is powerful, and family is central. Closing reflection. Bruce Willis's life and lifestyle are inseparable from one another. He was a boy who turned a stutter into a voice, a bartender who became an everyman hero, a TV comedian who conquered Hollywood action, and a father whose example of loyalty, laughter, and resilience held greater weight than any explosion on screen. If Chapter 1 reveals the story of a man who built himself steadily into an icon, Chapter 2 shows us the philosophy of how he lived, hardworking, humorous, devoted, and ultimately grounded in love. Perhaps his greatest contribution, beyond blockbuster movies, is the reminder that strength and sensitivity are not opposites, they're allies. His journey elevates the ordinary into something extraordinary. And though Bruce Willis may have stepped back from acting, the lifestyle and legacy he represents remain inspiring. Be tough yet kind, laugh often, protect what matters, and don't be afraid to walk barefoot across impossible ground. Whether on shattered glass or life's great unknown, the legacy of Bruce Willis. From everyman hero to cultural symbol when the dust clears and the echoes of explosions fade. What remains of Bruce Willis's impact is not merely a list of movies, but a cultural imprint. He transcended the screen to become part of how we imagine toughness, humor, and resilience. His legacy continues to ripple, not just in Hollywood, but in how society envisions relatability and strength in one package. Redefining the action. Hero before Willis, the 1980s action landscape was largely dominated by superhuman figures. Muscle. Mountains like Arnold Schwarzenegger or Sylvester Stallone, who fought armies single-handedly, often with minimal conversational nuance. They were gods of battle, intimidating giants. Bruce Willis shattered this template in Die Hard. John McClane was not invincible. He was tired, sarcastic, frustrated, bleeding, and yet, he never gave up. Willis introduced vulnerability and humor into the action genre. He made us exhale with laughter when tension mounted, and he showed us that courage didn't erase fear, it coexisted with it. In doing so, he paved the way for new generations of action stars who didn't need to look like comic book superheroes. Think of Keanu Reeves's neo-noir stoicism as John Wick, or Matt Damon's Jason Bourne blending intellect with vulnerability. They all owe something to Willis's model, the flawed but determined fighter. A bridge between genres, Willis had a chameleon-like ability to move between action, drama, science fiction, and comedy. One year he'd be saving the planet, Armageddon. The next, he'd be calmly untying mysteries, The Sixth Sense. And in between, he'd pop into a quirky indie, Moonrise Kingdom. This versatility showed the industry that an action star could be more than a trigger-pulling archetype. He normalized the idea that modern actors can, and perhaps should, hover between blockbusters and character-driven films. His career path became a blueprint for actors unwilling to be boxed into one mold. The cultural everyman Bruce Willis carried an accessible charm that rarely strayed into arrogance. Unlike the suave, tuxedo-clad James Bond archetype, Willis's characters were relatable: a cop off duty, a cab driver, a struggling boxer, a weary lover. He amplified the beauty of the ordinary man in extraordinary circumstances. This resonated with global audiences. Fans could project themselves into his situations. They weren't cheering for an untouchable titan, but for someone who cursed under his breath while duct-taping solutions. That relatability became not just entertainment, but something almost therapeutic, proof that one didn't need perfection to be heroic. Humor. As cultural DNA, one cannot discuss Willis's legacy without emphasizing his humor. His witty one-liners weren't just funny. They became cultural touchstones, quoted endlessly, echoing in memes, parodies, and pop culture references. His timing was so sharp that lines which might have been disposable in weaker hands became unforgettable. This comedic edge cemented him as not only an action hero, but also a personality. It also reinforced in a broader sense that laughter can coexist naturally with hardship. Philosophically, his humor stands as part of his legacy, a cultural permission slip to lighten the darkest circumstances. Influence beyond film. Bruce Willis's legacy stretches beyond scenes and scripts. In Hollywood business, he demonstrated the financial power of crossover stars. His early $5 million paycheck for Die Hard helped redefine actor salaries and recalibrated what television to film transitions could achieve. In music, while not world-shaking, his foray into blues rock is memorable as an emblem of creative courage. It reminds us that success doesn't mean narrowing your artistic horizons. In mental health advocacy, though unintentionally, his public health struggles have already raised awareness about conditions like aphasia and frontotemporal dementia, sparking global conversations about neurological challenges. In a way, by sharing his diagnosis, his family continued his legacy of relatability. Even big-screen heroes face vulnerabilities. The enduring symbol. Even off-screen, Bruce Willis represents traits we crave in cultural heroes: resilience, humor, grounded realness. Like John McClane walking across broken glass, Willis's life reminds us that we may face wounds, but with grit and wit, we endure. As cinema evolves, his films remain iconic. Die Hard is still the annual gold standard for the reluctant hero under impossible odds, and The Sixth Sense is still studied in film schools for controlled subtlety and twists. His characters will be revisited for decades by new audiences who may not know the man, but will certainly recognize the spirit. A legacy in humanity. Ultimately, Bruce Willis's greatest legacy may not be Hollywood's explosions or box office records. It is the celebration of being human, flawed, tired, sometimes funny, sometimes fragile, but tougher than most expect. He dignified the idea that heroism is not about fearlessness, it's about taking the next step anyway.